Status quo, we gonna buck the status quo. Oh, bucking the status quo, we gonna buck the status quo. Bucking the status quo, we gonna buck the status quo. Oh, bucking the status quo, we gonna buck the status quo.
And this is the last thing on your mind, comma, but we are going live in a minute if you're able to share. If not, no big deal. Exclamation point.
You're coming through the audio.
Bucking the status quo, we gonna buck the status quo. Oh, bucking the status quo, we gonna buck the status quo. The foundation leads the fight, the warriors lead the tribe. When the beat drops and the spirits rise, we find the truth behind the disguise. They want us to go away, only our hearts do we obey. The foundation leads the fight, the warriors lead the tribe. When the beat drops and the spirits rise, we find the truth behind the disguise. They want us to go away, only our hearts do we obey. No ranks, no chains, just unity. One tribe, one light, one destiny. No ranks, no chains, just unity. One tribe, one light, one destiny. Bucking the status quo, we gonna buck the status quo. Oh, bucking the status quo, we gonna buck the status quo. Bucking the status quo, we gonna buck the status quo. Oh, bucking the status quo, we gonna buck the status quo. No ranks, no chains, just unity.
I'm gonna go like this.
One tribe, one light, one destiny. No ranks, no chains, just unity. One tribe, one light, one destiny. Bucking the status quo, we gonna buck the status quo. Oh, bucking the status quo, we gonna buck the status quo. Bucking the status quo, we gonna buck the status quo. Oh, bucking the status quo, we gonna buck the status quo.
Hey, everybody in Irreverent Warriors land and Grunt style. How's everybody doing? We hope you're enjoying a wonderful Friday, getting ready to hit the weekend, hit the ground running. We are here. The audio is going to be a little different than usual. We know we're in the middle of the woods this weekend, so it's going to be a little sketchy. So hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully you can hear us. I'm here with Stacy, the local coordinator for IW Vincennes, and one of the IW leadership for the state of Indiana. And we're at Combat Outpost IW. What is Combat Outpost IW? It's our annual leadership retreat for everybody at Irreverent Warriors, everybody that's a part of the leadership team. So we've got representatives from 98 different chapters across the United States, Canada, UK, Europe, and the Caribbean, all gathered here in Indiana at this wonderful campground. And we actually just got done. There's Bill Wilkie. This is what we do at the IW camp. This is the type of training we do. But we just got done doing cold plunges, 47 degrees, 48 degree cold plunges in these tanks you see behind you. And here, I'll show you all the chow hall. And we've got a couple of awesome guests that are going to be coming on today. There they are. And there's a fire pit right over there. And there is our local vendor that has been trying to sell things to us, but we're not buying. But anyway, we raised the IW flag. There it is. You can see it up at the top of the flagpole. But we've raised the IW flag here in Indiana. And we are doing cold plunges, and we're doing a bunch of different holistic modalities just to introduce all of our volunteer leadership to different ways to help empower people to heal mental health. Because what we do is we track data and clinical outcomes on all different types of holistic modalities to find out what can empower people in their own healing journey. And we want to bring that back to our chapters and bring it to the hikes that Irreverent Warriors does so well. So anyway, Stacy's here. She is, one of my favorite people. She helped a ton at helping put this on for IWHQ. Her connections in the area, especially with the VFW gals, has just been phenomenal. And I wanted to ask you, when you think about Combat Outpost, and you wanted to bring it to Indiana, right? Because last year we did it in Missouri. Tell us what makes you so excited, to come to get together with everybody and to bring it to Indiana.
Well, Indiana is the best state, of course, but also, so we have a really good relationship with the VFW in Indiana, and they're one of our big sponsors throughout the state. But District 7, which is the district I fall under, their auxiliary and their comrades have came alongside with us the last 2 years. And this year we weren't the Commander's Project, but District 7 took on 2 state projects because we were the project the year before. And
specifically for IW?
Specifically for IW. And this year, the state project is a separate project, but District 7 took on a second project because they couldn't let us go.
They love us that much.
They love us that much in Indiana. And we love that and the impact that we're having on each other's organizations and the way we're connecting with veterans. But that's the same thing with Combat Outposts. When you think about why we're here, why we're leaders, why do we serve all this time? Why do we spend countless hours when we could be with our family or we could be on trips? And it's because we love each other, because we're each other's why. Earlier we had a training.
It's a tribe.
It is. Tribe. But earlier we had the training, and what is your why? Why are you connected? Why is this important? We're each other's why. All 98 hands that went up were lives saved by IW.
Yeah.
And I know locally in Indiana, we have saved so many people through what we've done. Our hike was a couple weekends ago, and we actually had a mom reach out after the hike because her son came to the hike and she said, "Hey, I know you don't know me. I got your number from your mom, but my son was on your hike and you saved him today." And to hear those things and to be here with leadership that does that in every single community throughout our organization and being able to connect with all of their whys and all their stories and all the impact on a larger scale outside of Indiana, that's what makes this memorable for me. The training is important, but connecting with other leaders that are making similar impacts throughout the United States and Oconus, that is huge because until we're together, you don't hear all those stories.
Yeah, I hadn't heard. You didn't tell me the one about the mom. I love that. I love that. Oh, you're doing such good stuff. Well, thank you. Any final last words? Anything else you want to share before we
keep tuning in? We do have an Indiana retreat in a couple weekends.
Yeah, tell them.
And we have scholarships available for Ride Scholarship.
May 15th?
May 15th through the 17th. It's a co-ed veteran retreat. We're going to be working on modalities.
Yeah, absolutely. More cold plunging, sweat lodging, breath work, meditation. This is the beautiful spot you would be at if you came here. And there is that vendor that we are not going to purchase anything from. And there is Mr. Brad Bell from Memphis sneaking by over there. All right, awesome. Thank you, Stacey. Appreciate it. Yep. All right. Ed, please come in. IW Recover. What's up, dog? Yeah. Are you excited? Do you like Combat Outpost? Have you enjoyed it?
I've been enjoying myself. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Tell me about the cold plunge experience.
The cold plunge. Yeah, it was a little nippy.
47 degrees.
Yeah. But, the best part was getting out. So get that warm surge.
Let the panic attack come and just surrender to it.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
Yeah. Cool. Well, tell me about IW Recover. I know that you lead IW Recover specifically for a segment of folks that are in recovery, right?
Yes, sir. So when I started coming around to IW. It seemed a little bit like kind of a bar crawl, which is cool. I love that environment because I'm an alcoholic. What we try and do at Recover is foster a safe space for people who are maybe early in recovery or just in recovery in general. We have these little cool wristbands, say sober AF, sober as fuck for some of you who don't understand the acronym.
Hell yeah.
And what we do is we bring awareness to that. That, hey, some of us are in recovery, some of us aren't drinking. And if you're curious about that, ask. It also it gives us an opportunity to kind of address the issue of alcoholism within the services. And that's kind of a big one. I feel like, that it's something I've struggled with personally. And I believe it's something around 90% of suicides, something in that are alcohol related. There's some type of
It's that wow.
It's pretty
Wow.
it's pretty
It
substantial.
doesn't. I mean, it makes sense to me. In the Marine Corps, we binge drank as like a part of the culture.
Oh yeah. It's you work hard, you play hard.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
what it is. And
and you guys attend the hikes, right?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So we attend the hikes. Usually there's a rep, or if we can't be there in person, there's usually people there that are in sobriety rocking these. So
And it identifies like, hey, if you want to, be around people that are sober and staying sober and holding space for that, that's who you go to.
yes, sir.
Right on.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks for everything you do for IW, man. I'm glad to hang out with you here. I'm glad we all
Yes,
get
sir.
together. So
Yes, sir. Thank
dope, man. Dope. All right. Paul, IW UK. What's up, brother?
Hey.
How you doing, man?
Not bad, dude.
Good. What unit were you in when you were in the armed forces in the UK?
It's called the London Scottish Regiment.
London
LSC.
Scottish Regiment.
Yes,
Okay.
Army Reserve.
Okay. Awesome.
So
Awesome.
I spent.
And you trained. Where'd you go all around the world? Where'd you end up doing?
So I did cold weather training in Canada.
Canada.
I did my desert training in Egypt.
Oh, cool. Egypt. Was it hot?
It was, yeah.
I bet.
But yeah, we're mostly just based in the UK and training the hell out of each other. So yeah.
And tell me what you got coming up for IW in the UK.
So IW UK is normally on September, and we're moving it back to July because
Okay.
it coincides with the Frankfurt hike the week before.
Okay.
So people are flying in from the US, from anywhere
They could go to a
else.
Germany hike, and then they
Yeah.
could come
It
and
makes
do
sense.
the London hike.
We also have a possible veterans breakfast coming up, where
Awesome.
we are going to coincide and work with a veterans podcast.
Oh, cool.
So we're going to pay for, well, we're going to help pay for the actual breakfast for veterans coming in. We're going to explain what IW does, what if they want to come to the hike in London.
Uh-huh.
It's only like 7 miles this year, but it's worthwhile.
Awesome.
And it doesn't matter how many people turn up. We're here for everyone.
I love it, man. That's fantastic. Tell me about the your cold plunge experience. When you did the cold weather training in Canada, did you
Yeah.
do cold plunges?
Not exactly. No, I mean we kind of like just dived into the snow and that. But yeah,
Yeah. Tell about this.
this was awesome. I kind of got told off by Matt because I was in there straight away, and it's like you're supposed to wait. It's just I didn't care. It's just normal to us.
47 degrees, man.
It was awesome.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was enjoyable.
Good. And it was great camaraderie, like doing it with 100 people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've missed everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone's so welcoming and friendly, and so it's great to see everyone.
What do you think about Indiana versus Missouri?
It's different.
Yeah.
I think it was a little warmer last year in Missouri,
It is warmer.
but this is like normal weather to us in the UK.
Got it.
But it doesn't matter, where we are. We're all together and we're sharing and caring and building.
Right on, man. Right on. Awesome, man. Well, thank you so much. It's great that you flew all the way out here
Absolutely.
and came over here to be a part of the leadership
Thank you
team.
for having me.
Yeah, brother. All right, Paul. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah. All right. And now we've got Dave. We're going to talk to Dave. He was in the infantry in Canada. And so he's got a lot to share with us about how everything's going with the Reverend Warriors in Canada. So, hey, dude, thanks so much for coming down again. It's so cool to have people internationally, different militaries. And I know that why would militaries in other countries be so interested in Irreverent Warriors, which was essentially United States military, right? Like, what makes it so interesting?
Well, it's a fact, especially from the Canadian context, this doesn't exist. We have walks. Don't get me wrong. I've participated in a bunch of them,
Okay.
but When I went down, did my first in Milford in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
I immediately knew we had to import this back home. And the reason for it is because you have a very well-defined mission, but it's also centered around fun and camaraderie.
Okay.
And the concept around that just doesn't really exist back home. And I mean, we can definitely use this back home because we have a suicide problem, just like you have here.
Yeah.
But it's unrecognized.
Really?
And a lot of our veterans.
So like here, Americans all know about it, and you're saying we're in Canada, they don't all know about it.
No, we don't. And we know it as a community, but we don't know numbers. We don't know statistics, and we don't really have the infrastructure to help support it and make sure that we kind of put an end to it. So as soon as this came on the radar, this was a no-brainer for me. So that's why it's really a pleasure to be here.
Awesome. Tell us a little bit about your service. I know you're wearing your patch. Yeah. Show them the patch and tell them. Yeah, tell them the history or something.
Yeah. So Paul, being a UK veteran and Canada basically being the offshoot of the British military, we have a lot.
You guys have the same king.
We
share the same king.
Believe it or not, I swear allegiance to the king when I joined the.
Really?
Yeah, man. We don't swear.
Swear allegiance to the king. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, sure. You say it's awesome. I have my opinions on it, but we won't get into that.
I mean, it's just a legacy. It's like a knights. You know, the knights in armor used to swear legacy to the king. Yeah, I love
pretty
that.
wild. It's pretty wild. But my unit is the Canadian Grenadier Guards, or was the Canadian Grenadier Guards.
Okay.
So we have the brigade patch, that's the blue, red, blue.
Okay.
And then on top is the grenade fired proper, which represents the Grenadiers. Now, if you know the UK military, a lot of times you'll see the Buckingham Palace Guards and stuff like that.
Yep.
So there's the Grenadiers there, the Grenadier Guards. They're one of the oldest units in the UK.
Oh yeah.
We adopted all of their customs, and I used to wear the tunic and the bearskin hat.
No way.
And there,
you have a picture of you like that? We've got to.
Yeah.
We gotta have a picture.
Do.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So it's part of the duties that we got to do, and that's just the brigade patch with my my unit cipher on it. So yeah,
wonderful. What'd you think about the cold plunge? What do you think about experiencing these different modalities, like knowing that we're going to do breath work, guided meditation, cold plunge, all these things for mental health?
That was a cold plunge because that's just like my bath.
47 degrees, bro.
No, it sucked. It sucked. I'm still shivering. So I was trying to really be tough in front of all you Americans and not show weakness.
I don't blame you.
It's awesome. I love doing it. I do a lot of it back home.
Oh, nice.
To be honest. So it's a way for.
What else do you do? What other stuff do you do in mental health?
A lot of sauna, a lot of working out. One of the best things has been plant medicine.
Oh yeah,
and that has probably been the last year has been that next phase that's really helped me the most. But all these different modalities, I'm curious, and it's kind of what I do for my job. So I explore these things so I can talk about them on my podcast, and that's wonderful. Been amazing.
So tell us about your podcast.
It's the Hard to Kill podcast. Go check it out on YouTube and Spotify, and we talk about all the modalities that help veterans heal.
Fantastic.
But we also dip our toes into advocacy and making sure that especially Canadian veterans understand that we have a role to play in advocating for ourselves and pushing the ball forward with help from Grunt Style and IW.
So it's like what Grunt Style does for U.S. veterans. You're kind of building that for Canadian veterans.
That is the exact model I am trying to build out back home.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Love it, man. Well, so glad you're here. So glad you made the journey. Thank you so much. Canada in the house. Yeah. Infantry, baby. All right. Irreverent Warriors, we are going to sign out. We are all late for training, so we're going to run and to get in the classroom. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you were able to hear everything we're doing, everything we're up to, and we'll see you at the next hike. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend.